Greetings, beautiful people. Greetings, magnificent people. Hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all, operating in the truest and highest version of your authentic self. As for me, I am feeling good for no reason at all. And without further ado, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to one and to all. If you need to get some water, your tea or whatever, go get it now. I'll give y'all a minute. I ain't in no rush. It's winter time, but you gotta stay hydrated like the summer. There's a lot of shifts going on. Dark journey of the soul work don't stop. You know, we gotta stay busy. If you raising up, you gotta stay busy, cause darkness always at work. Light work is not light work. You hear me? And anybody who, you don't have to be a light worker to be doing light work. Some people just need to be utilizing this time to work on oneself. But through working on yourself, depending on how you take your spiritual journey, you start understanding the mechanisms and workings of light work by the healings that you do on yourself, and then you'll be able to bring those healings into the lives of other people and transmit different energies that's going on with them. But light work is not light work, and if your light lit, in order to keep it lit, we're gonna have to go through some darkness. I was led to do an animal card. I'll probably be doing one every week. I'm gonna do an animal card and see what message the animal spirits want to tell us. Burn my floor up. Do a couple shuffles though. See what the animal guys want to tell us, man. Connect in. 2 by 3 cards. The cow, that beautiful energy. The cow says, give with unconditional love and grace. If you want to see abundance, if you want to see favor, if you want to see prosperity, if you want to see goodness reciprocated in your life, we got to be able to give with unconditional love and grace. And to be able to give with unconditional love and grace got to be in you. Grace gonna have to be on shoulders face to you for you to even be in a place of unconditional love. That's just what I'm interpreting. We're gonna go in here and see what the cows say though out the book. Cow. Give with unconditional love and grace. Archangels Raphael and Mary. Cows originate from Lakume, the ascended aspect of Sirius. As fifth dimensional beings, they spread the unconditional love and divine feminine light of the gold ray of the Christ consciousness. While cows are warm, benevolent, and nurturing, their partners, the bulls, are strong and protective. Together, because we see a union now, together they offer a perfect balance of grounded, feminine, and masculine energy. So as we see, the same recurring cycles keep popping up. And I'm glad that I shuffled it in front of y'all so we can see what the message gonna go into. It says, cows with their motherly giving characters have for eons graciously offered us their milk, which was originally in the golden era of Atlantis, perfectly calibrated to nourish us. Since then, many humans have eaten beef or taken milk without permission or appreciation. Although we have not always looked after them with respect, cows continue to serve us in the expectation that we will treat them with love and gratitude as we raise our frequency in the approach to the new golden age. So this might be telling somebody to stop eating beef. Guidance. When you receive this card, you are asked to tune in to the comfortable, motherly, nurturing, and stable aspects of your nature and balance it with the strong protective energy that is part of you. Your guidance is to center yourself and come into balance. Make sure you are grounded at all times. Make sure you are grounded at all times. Examine your life and see how you can develop your feminine, giving, caring, and benevolent characteristics in a sensible, stable, and earthed way. Then stand in your power and demonstrate that you can be true to yourself. Then stand in your power and demonstrate that you can be true to yourself. Recognize that you are truly lovable no matter how others treat you. Know that you are a unique and special being and have compassion for those who have less understanding than you do. And I think that was talking to me. I really have to exercise having compassion for those who have less understanding than I do. Cal, give with unconditional love and grace. Masculine and feminine balance. 2022-6. Balance, harmony. We back to the same thing. The spark of God is within us all, family. It's how we use it that's going to make all the difference. And the more we balance, the more we able to use it. A shadow is a reflection of the real thing. So we're going to have to be in balance to recognize the shadows that present itself before you the real thing. If you the real thing, you're going to know how to recognize shadows when they appear to you like they're you. It's just the reality. And in that, we're going to have to know what we're supposed to know. So how do you know when you know something? Or how do you know when you're thinking that you know? That sound catchy, don't it? But how do you know when you know something? Or how do you know when you're just thinking that you know? It's something that occurs in our life that will allow us to know when we know something. And it's something that will occur in our life to let us know when we're still trying to figure it out. If we're guessing, we're still figuring. If we're thinking, we're still figuring. When you know, you know. And nothing else can make you unknow it. Once you see, you can't unsee. And to know better, to really know better, there's no way that you're not going to start doing better. There's no way that you're not going to start implementing, demonstrating, and applicating the things that you know that will create betterment for you, to move you into betterment for you. When it comes to history, when it comes to legacy, when it comes to lineage, your lineage, my lineage, whoever may come across this message, when it comes to your personal history, your personal lineage, your personal legacy, what does it mean to you? And does it have any meaning to you? These are important things, because as things pop up and come up from within us and appear itself before us, a lot of times we don't recognize why things are appearing before us to take us through things that we must go through and get through in order to understand why we experienced it in the first place. But a shadow is a reflection of the real thing. So I ask again, what habits do we define ourselves by? What desires do we define ourselves by? What likes do we define ourselves by? What dislikes do we define ourselves by? Do we define ourselves by the things that only make us happy? Or do we define ourselves by the things that bring us sorrow or sadness? What habits do we define ourselves by? Because the shadow is only a reflection of the real thing. I was reflecting on the Matrix, and I think I'm gonna probably watch it again. But I was reflecting back on the Matrix, and in a part of the Matrix, I remember Morpheus asking, or I remember Neo telling Morpheus in his initiation process that his eyes were beginning to hurt. And I remember Morpheus telling Neo that it's because he was only beginning to see. Or no, he said, your eyes are hurting because you never used them before. So I was weighing that against the character Cypher. And I remember Cypher, in his projection, Cypher was a projection. Everybody was projections in the Matrix. And Cypher was a projection that wanted to go back to the projection to be a projection. What I'm saying is, Cypher wanted to go back into the Matrix. And when he wanted to go back to the Matrix, I remember him saying, make sure he be someone that's popular. Meaning he wanted to be something like a sports figure or a Hollywood star, somebody like that. So that's what I mean when I say Cypher wanted to go back to the projection, being a projection, so he can be a projection within the projection. That's madness. And that's why it sounds so twisting, because it is twisted. So for those of us who going through this inward spiritual journey to understand what we are truly experiencing externally, don't be like Cypher. No matter how desiring, no matter how tempting it may be to turn back after putting in all the work that you don't put in. See, I don't put in a lot of work, so I ain't got nothing to turn back to. All I see is the road forward, and the road forward full of light, full of goodness, full of joy, full of happiness, because I know what all that other stuff feel like. So if you know what all that other stuff feel like, and you don't work to get out of that place of what that other stuff feel like to feel lighter, then you probably ain't got nothing else to look back to neither, because a shadow is a reflection of the real thing. So I'm speaking to those who are here to be the real thing by seeing through the shadows. The reason this is important for each and every individual that come across what I'm saying today, even though I'm aware that couples do watch my videos, we are not responsible for no one else. And that has its limitations, but when it comes to our emotional well-being, we are not responsible for no one else. What I mean by that is your natural observation to yourself, your natural awareness of yourself is what's going to make all the difference in yourself. That's what's going to count. What that means is we can't be moving forward unaware of the blind spots, and we can't be moving forward with blind spots. I ain't never seen nobody move forward with a blind spot that didn't crash. We got to watch who coming in our lives as well as who need to be out our lives. If your light is lit, darkness gonna always try to find a way to get close by. Most times so you don't recognize it as darkness that it is. So what that says to me, which leads me back to the 4 agreements, and probably one of the most important of the 4 agreements is don't take it personal. Don't take this journey personal. It was one of the hardest lessons in my life to not take everything that occurred in my life so personal. And the more that I was able to release the baggage, the more the laughter came in. We got to be able to laugh at ourselves, even when it hurt. Salute to those who keeping the match lit and who find their happiness in who you are and not in what you own. The highest part of this journey is through this world of attachments, knowing how to balance them. And with that, I'm just want to say, a reminder, give with unconditional love and grace. Feel good for no reason at all. Remain true and authentic to the highest frequency and version of yourself. Stay on your spiritual baths, your sage, your Palo Santo, all your spiritual practices or exercises. If you don't meditate, start. Try with 5 minutes, then go to 10, you know. If you don't exercise, breathe. If you don't practice breathing, start focusing on your breathing. Breathe a little deeper than normal. Be a little more aware than usual. And then all you do, just feel good for no reason at all. I am your host and co-pilot, Saiwoodagod. I love y'all, family. Stay up. 1.